Are you a business owner that could use just one more customer? Those empty tables, vacant appointments, idle employees, and expired merchandise are missed opportunities. What if there were a community that connects you to high-value and motivated customers, giving you a competitive edge in the marketplace and increasing your revenue? Introducing Partners One. You keep doing what you do best, taking care of your customers, and we'll do what we do best, sending you new customers to take care of. Call us today to find out how Partners One can work for your business.
Welcome to the Rocket Right Show, starring Hurricane Betsy Barnes and Dr. K. Solar. Two busy blondes with their fingers on the pulse of all things Louisiana. Events, health, leisure, entertainment, and more. It's the Rocket Right Show. And now, here's Betsy and Kay.
Let the celebration begin. It looks as though Louisiana is going to move into phase 3, and you know what that means. It's a good time to have a good time. So we're so glad that you could join us to hear about all the good times that are happening in Louisiana, put on by some really good, motivated, inspired, and creative people. And we're just thrilled to be coming to you from the Partners One studio, and we're rocking it right yet again. So we're so excited that we have Dr. Ron McMorris. We're excited to hear a little bit more about what's going on in your business and your expansion, but we're also going to be talking about the founders and creators of the Flower Fest.
Hence our hairdos today.
Yes, so we're very grateful. Grateful to share the joy. And so we also are going to be talking a little bit about money. Mm-hmm. Show me the money, because we're all concerned about that. So yes, we're going to be learning a little bit about that.
Hollis Day with Sage Money Radio. I think I've got some sage in my hair. I'm not sure, just in honor of that interview. And then we always like to get a little drink on, and we're going to be talking with John and Joanna Haynes with Istrouma Brewery. Yeah, there's a new brewery in town, actually in St. Gabriel, and it is amazing. So we're going to chat about that and show you some pictures if you have not been there yet.
So there's so many cool things going on. And one of the cool things going on is Dr. Ron doing some expansion, bringing on some other areas of business. And, you like to adjust people's attitudes. So sometimes when people are in pain or have been through some trauma, one way or another, whether it's through fun, through sports, maybe they, hurt themselves having a good time at a festival a year or two ago and they need a little help. Tell us what you've got going on.
Well, it is pretty cool, but I'm sweating all the new things that are going on, so it's pretty interesting. And I'm a little disappointed that I don't have the flowers around my hair for the thing.
You want me to let you wear
No, go ahead. I don't want to mess up your hair.
It would look so cute on you.
I don't want to mess up your hair.
It would actually go and match.
It would have matched.
Yeah, it would match.
I'm a little disappointed, so, anyway, I will move past this in my life. But, man, things are so awesome. First of all, we're in Walker and Albany, Livingston Parish, conveniently located off I-12 corridor, so we can serve the entire parish. We have a lot of patients that travel from Hammond to Baton Rouge that stop to us in the middle, or Baton Rouge to Hammond. So, for years, we've been wanting to move into Suite A. It's the first drive when you pull into the strip center. So now we are finally moving into Suite A.
In the sweet spot.
Sweet spot. Sweet spot. It was a 6-week program or 6-week construction process for 3 phases. We're almost finished with phase 1, and we're about 5-6 weeks in. So it's taking a little bit longer than we thought, but it's going to happen. And
I saw some pictures, and it looks beautiful.
Yes, you can go to our website, Elite Chiropractic, Sports Nutrition. We have some websites up, some pictures up on the website. Yeah. But we're also adding physical therapy. So those that are a little scared of the adjustment, or maybe post-surgery, whatever, if your doctor just wants you to see a physical therapist. Matt Madare is, just a great physical therapist. He's wonderful. He loves his patients. He's been doing it forever. We're going to make a great team. I'm looking forward to it. We got some other stuff I talked to you about earlier, but we're going to keep that on the down low. Maybe we'll save that for another segment.
On the down low. You're right up front.
I know. We're going to save it for...
We'll get her in. We'll get her in after the show, but we'll save it for another segment on another night. But it's amazing things coming to Livingston Parish, and who knew a little country boy from Coyell was going to do these big things in holistic medicine. So it's just awesome. I'm really excited. I love treating patients. I absolutely love using my hands. The greatest things to have somebody walk in with a migraine. They've been suffering from a migraine. Medicines, they maybe turn their lights out, shots, injections, and then it's these hands that help them. They leave my office without a migraine. Now, they'll come back. The migraine will come back, and we got to keep working on it. We got to do things to help prevent the migraines, make some changes in the body. But, man, just what an awesome profession. I absolutely love it. So, and then for those who are scared of the crunch, the pop sound, we have several techniques that we call non-crunch techniques. And I also do a technique called quantum neurology. And it's just absolutely amazing. Great results with the nervous system. Using the quantum neurology.
Okay, now what is it?
Yeah, that's a big old word. I'm not even sure I know what that means.
So nothing in the body happens without a nerve telling it to happen. And the same nerve exits the same part of the body to perform the same function on just about everybody. So what we do is we do muscle tests. We determine what nerve's not firing the motor system properly. We adjust the nervous system, work on the nervous system a little bit, and then after that it fires. You can see in real time the changes that we made. So muscle
was
fires
that
weak.
what I saw when I came over
Yes.
there, and you just use this little thing and it made some little things, and
Yes, we
yeah,
did a little
and-
thing, made a few things,
and they could tell a difference. I know, made a little thing, did a little thing. I mean, I know that.
It's a big thing.
I was so medical.
a
on
few
that.
little things, using a little thing, on a little thing, made a big change.
It did
So that's
make a
really
big change,
cool.
and the person
Yeah.
could tell right away.
Yep.
And while you were doing it,
Exactly.
so
exactly.
it was pretty cool.
Exactly.
So Elite Chiropractic's got some things that you can't really explain very easily, but it works.
That's right. That's right. I think that's one of the reasons chiropractic is most misunderstood, because, there's not years and years of science and research, but we've got hundreds of thousands of people every single year, that go to chiropractic for migraine, sciatica, shoulder pain, hip pain, knee pain. I always tell people, if you're hurting, the first call to make is us. You never know if it's something that we can work on. It may be we just improve your quality of life a little bit, or maybe because we're in the profession, we know exactly who to send you to get the best results.
That's right. Well, that makes the most sense, because it's not anything that's invasive. It's not going to be something that requires a lot of surgery. Typically, a lot of the problems people have, they just need some adjustment. They just need a little bit of attention, and maybe some of the quantum
Neurology.
nutrition, the
Yes.
neurology, all of that. But, it really is kind of a labor of love if you think about it, because you've spent a lot of years getting educated in multiple disciplines to be able to provide these type of services and partnering with others as well.
No matter what discipline you're in, we say we're going, we'll ask the other provider, I'm Dr. Ron, what medicine do you practice? We practice every single day. Even before you retire, you're still practicing. We're going for CUs. We're going for, learning different techniques. Everything that we can do to better our patients and give the best outcome to our patients. So it's awesome. I absolutely love it.
So what are some of the things that you're offering now, but you can't say, just for people if they're kind of thinking, maybe I need to contact Dr. Ron at Elite. Maybe I need to talk about my nutritional program. Maybe I'm trying to lose a few pounds or just getting strength. A lot of people have, core muscle issues, and they just need somebody to help guide them through.
So we used to have a nutritional program in the office. It was great. I absolutely loved it, but it kind of took away from the chiropractic focus. So I didn't want to lose that focus. I want to keep treating chiropractically, but core strength is absolutely right. And when you think core, we think abs, but when you core an apple, there's a complete circle. There's not just one straight line. You don't take a layer of the peel off. So there's two types of muscle tissues: stabilizers and mobilizers. Stabilizers stabilize the spine, mobilizers move it. The stabilizers are weak, short, easy fatiguing muscles that go out. The mobilizers are connected to the spine, and when the stabilizers go out, the brain says, look, you're connected to the spine already, you're big, why don't you stabilize while you mobilize? And that's why we start to have muscle spasms and things like that. We can adjust you until the cows come home. We can work on the muscle tissues that are big, but if we don't attack the little muscles, the stabilizers as well, then the problem's just going to keep recurring over the years.
So you just have people get on sort of an exercise type program or a combination of stretching, or what do you encourage people to do in between their appointments?
We'll basically stretch the mobilizers because they're in a little spasm. They've been working over time. will strengthen the stabilizing muscles because they're weak, they're easy fatigued. We'll adjust the spine, make sure the spine's functioning better. You know, if you think about it, if your spine isn't functioning the way that it should, it's like you walking on sand every day versus normal grass, normal ground. It's going to take a little more energy, and over the course of time, you start to fatigue a little more. You start to fatigue, maybe even getting into emotions. You start having more emotions. Anything, you become more easily accessible, if you will, for that fatigue.
Yeah.
Maybe a little anxious.
Well,
Talking
about anxious, let's touch on the brain tapping.
Brain tap is awesome. I hate that you couldn't come in and get it. We just couldn't
I'm gonna go get my brain tap.
We need to video
while
us getting
I'm
our
wearing
brain
a
tapped.
sage
Like we
halo.
could sell that, really.
So your automatic nervous system,
Right?
Okay, the one that dilates your eyes, constricts your eyes, pupils, your skin, sweat, cold, hot, things like that are automatic. It's controlled by two parts, sympathetic or parasympathetic. We tend to put ourselves into a sympathetic dominant state. And we kind of depress the parasympathetic, and that's our healing state. That's how we heal. That's how we feel better. That's what digests our food. So maybe people are having stomach problems because they have a weakened parasympathetic nervous system. So the brain tap is we put you in a zero gravity heated leather massage chair.
It already sounds good.
I know.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. It's great. We put a headset on your ears with LED lights to stimulate acupuncture points in your ear, a visor that goes over your eyes, and we put you into a meditative state. There's a voice that comes on. For those with ADD or someone who can't concentrate very well, we can put a dual voice, so you're trying to pay attention to both the voices, and hopefully you don't
Both the voices in my head.
That's right. That's
I was
right.
sitting thinking, do they ask questions
That's
and
right.
answer them?
So it just puts you into a meditative state, and all of the meditative states are designed to raise the parasympathetic nervous system's activity and efficiency, therefore putting you into more of a healing state than
Which ultimately will reduce your anxiety and stage. So I'm going to get that done. I'm going to check that
I
all
wanna
out.
do
And I
that.
cannot believe that we're almost out of time. But before in addition to physical expansion and the physical therapy, anything other than the secret you want to tell them that's going to add?
I'm not going to give the secret yet, but just
Okay.
when you think chiropractic, think complementary and alternative medicine. Complementary. We're not trying to get rid of medicine. We're not trying to tell you going to your medical doctor doesn't work. It's a complement to it.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Ron McMorris with Elite Chiropractic. We have so much to talk about. Can't wait to have you back, and I can't wait to go get my brain tapped next week.
Me too.
Yeah, I'll tell you all about it, Beth.
That's right.
And up next, let's talk about these flowers.
We're going to be right back with Amy Dighton and with Katie Guitro talking about the Flower Fest benefiting St. Jude. You have to get involved. Stay tuned.
Hey y'all, I'm Amanda Shaw. We all know Louisiana is as fun as all get out. So get out, take a road trip, and explore everything Louisiana has to offer. Fill her up and try a new restaurant that's as fun-loving as it is food-loving. Grab the family and take off for monumental adventures at our 21 state parks. Or take a magical minivan tour along our 19 scenic trails and byways and rediscover the character and characters that make our state a lot like nowhere else. Louisiana is a trip. Take one today and enjoy a close by, far from ordinary adventure that's sure to feed your soul.
This is Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. Plan your road trip at LouisianaIsATrip.com.
You're invited to the first annual Flower Fest benefiting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Immerse yourself into this year's Louisiana Promenade theme as Point Marie Square is transformed into a floral haven, followed by a floral-inspired Louisiana Promenade Gala. Festival and gala tickets are on sale now at theflowerfest.com. Follow us on social media at The Flower Fest LA.
Since the early 1800s, the Selassie family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Selassie has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Selassie's, you make all the right choices. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.
Are you a business owner that could use just one more customer? Those empty tables, vacant appointments, idle employees, and expired merchandise are missed opportunities. What if there were a community that connects you to high-value and motivated customers, giving you a competitive edge in the marketplace and increasing your revenue? Introducing Partners One. You keep doing what you do best, taking care of your customers, and we'll do what we do best, sending you new customers to take care of. Call us today to find out how Partners One can work for your business.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ron McMorris of Elite Chiropractic in Livingston Parish, conveniently located off the I-12 corridor in Walker and Albany. If you suffer from sciatica, migraines, or other pain conditions, give us a call to see if we have a technique that best fits you. We have multiple techniques, including chiropractic adjustments, massage therapy, dry needling, rehab, and much more. Again, I'm Dr. Ron McMorris with Elite Chiropractic in Livingston Parish, Walker, and Albany.
Where else can you take the trail less traveled at a pace all your own? Where else? Escape to one of Louisiana's 21 state parks for a picture-perfect getaway.
Where else can you be a world away and this close to home?
We are so excited that you can hang with us, flower children. We're really excited to share with you one of the very first announcements about the Flower Fest here in Baton Rouge, coming to Point Marie, and it is benefiting St. Jude's Children's Hospital in Louisiana. And so we are so excited and thrilled to have one of our dear friends, Katie Perino-Guitro. She's with the LSU Ag Center Botanic Gardens, and Amy Dighton. She is the founder of Clover Creative Agency. And these two ladies have so many different ways that they influence our community. They make a lot of beautiful things happen, and they pull together some very influential women and businesses and just great networkability. So thank you for making time to come talk with us, because I love what I'm wearing.
All right.
And I really do thank you for bringing this from Forage. And so tell us, in like a week and a half, how you pulled together an incredible event like no other that has ever happened in Baton Rouge. Tell us what it is that inspired you to create the Flower Fest.
Yes. Well, I'm going to start by saying that she is one of my absolute longest friends. I want to say the longest friend that I've had. So the fact that I'm even a part of this with her is just super exciting.
I love you.
I know, it's good. It's good. Women supporting women.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, it was just easy. I was one of those pick up the phone, call Katie. She is in that world. She lives it and breathes it. So I was like, hey, is this a good idea or am I insane? And so I had the idea, honestly, because during lockdown, you know, when you ran through all of your Netflix and then they start suggesting anything, I was like, all right, I'm out of everything. What should I watch? And there was a show called The Big Flower Fight.
I've seen it. It's incredible.
Yeah. So I watched that and was like, who knew you could build a dinosaur with flowers? This is so cool.
Or huge bugs.
Yes, it was just incredible to watch the skill and the creativity. And so I'm a creative junkie. Like, I love watching other people, whether it's art, music, even what Katie does, like just seeing all the creative juices flow is just like my high. So when I called Katie, I said, could we put on something like this? Because Point Marie is my client, and if I say, can we use your square, they'll be like, sounds good. So that's what we did.
Yeah, and within, honestly, a few days, and with her, she is a go-getter, and I love events, so I was like, you count me in. So we had talked at 8 o'clock that morning, and then it just kind of snowballed from there, and we have some great creative minds across Louisiana that are joining us. has to be a part of this. One of which is Meredith from Forage Floral here in Baton Rouge, who is a rock star florist. But we also are going to have at this event 11 teams of florists from across the state. And how cool is that? These florists have really had a troublesome year because they've had a lot of events that have been canceled on them. They haven't been able to have other people admire their craft that they have loved and these businesses that they've built. And so this is going to be such a cool thing. It's never been done before. We had a very similar, but not really at all, event at the Botanic Gardens many years ago that was creating floral gowns.
Right.
But this is beyond.
Well,
This
let's
is
talk about
sculptural.
what are people going to see?
Yes.
Talk about
So it's like a
how
whole
it's going to be laid
weekend.
out.
Yeah,
with the
so it's a
sculptures
weekend,
and stuff.
and every year we will have a theme. So this year's theme is Louisiana Promenade, because unless you've been in a cave somewhere, you haven't watched Bridgerton. So all the women that watched Bridgerton, which is like the ideal client for a floral festival, we were like, let's give them the modern Bridgerton. So it's a Louisiana Promenade. So the things that you can expect to see are really cool, like crawfish or different architectural elements that just scream Louisiana, built all out of flowers. And that's the day one, the traditional festival. We'll have food trucks, and you'll get your
April
flower
3rd.
crowns. Yes.
April 3rd.
Yeah, so what's going to happen is it'll be, hopefully in 5 years, when you think Easter, you think the Flower Fest, and it may turn out to be a week-long event eventually. We may have hundreds of florists coming from all over the nation. And I mentioned Netflix because Sarah Campbell from that show is coming to be an expert judge.
Isn't that exciting?
Yeah.
That is crazy. This could be great for promoting Baton Rouge and all the creatives that are here.
I mean, it's not just Baton Rouge. It's all across Louisiana. We have Diane from Fat Cat Flowers, who is a part of our team of people putting this on. It's absolutely amazing. We have New Orleans represented. We have Baton Rouge. We have Lafayette. We have and we have, I think it's Covington or Mandeville. Madisonville that's coming. I mean, these people are going to be, it's a Louisiana clash that they're going to be fighting for.
This is going to be
the best sculptural floral. Yes, it's really cool. And we've got some amazing businesses that are going to be a part, a lot of local businesses that are going to be joining us and be represented. So it's been pulled from this, that, and the other. And we are so excited. And what's the best part about all of this is not only is it going to be Easter weekend, but this is benefiting the most beautiful foundation, honestly, in my personal opinion, and that's going to be St. Jude. You told me a statistic I didn't realize the other day, which was that Louisiana has
more children than any other state that are in St. Jude.
Yeah, and that just killed me. I did not know that. We didn't know that whenever we decided that this needs to be a benefit towards them, and people are excited to do that and give to them, and so are we. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what comes of this.
Now they can donate if they can't come, if they have other things going on. But you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you've done this in a way where it's affordable.
Yes.
You have different.
So we have
and
different.
Of course, we weren't in phase
levels.
3.
Okay.
We weren't in phase 3 when you started this, but now we are. So you can increase the number of tickets.
Yes,
and I think you're going to have great demand. So on Friday, from what
Friday
time to what
isn't.
time?
We aren't doing anything. So Thursday and Friday is actually when they're creating these installations.
Okay, so they're going to create it before everybody comes.
They're creating it and they're putting the final touches Saturday morning. So your floral enthusiasts or people that watch the Netflix show and want to meet Sarah, they want to see the behind the scenes, that's your VIP access Saturday morning. It's from 9 to noon. At noon, we're banging, a gong or a buzzer. I just might yell at everyone. I don't know, but they're going to stop.
You might throw flowers in the air, rose petals, right?
So they're going to stop, and that's when we open the doors for the festival to begin. And what's cool about it is you get to vote. So there's a fan favorite. So when you're walking through and seeing these really cool sculptures, you also get to pick out your favorite while you're probably taking a selfie in front of it.
Of course. We're encouraging selfies.
Yes,
of course.
Selfie approved.
Yes.
And then when we were planning all these things, I realized that these structures were going to be there until Monday. So I was like, well, what can we do at night? And what can we do Sunday? So everyone has that pretty dress in their closet that's got dust on it from last year, right?
Yes.
Or they just need a reason to wear heels or feel fancy or just get out of their house. So that's going to be the gala. So definitely think Bridgerton. We're going to have the Photo Sisters playing like Maroon 5, Ariana Grande, like those fun modern tunes on those strings. Yeah, we've got BRQ with some amazing food. Iverstein Farms donated all of the meat. Like
Iverstein donated all of the meat.
When I tell you that this is literally people pulling Louisiana wholesale florists, Clegg's Nurse. We have people from all over the state that are helping with this event, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. And yes, the gala is going to be fantastic. If you have a beautiful dress Everyone does. But if you just want to buy one,
maybe Chatterbox. Hit them up.
Maybe go to Chatterbox and get yourself
bridal.
a beautiful.
I mean, there's a lot of places that have a lot of inventory that has not moved in a year.
Yes.
Well, and Chatterbox is doing 10% off if you show your ticket.
Oh, there you go.
Which is pretty big.
That's pretty big.
Yes. Yeah. So, and that's going to be a beautiful evening, and it's the day before Easter Sunday, and then Easter Sunday. If you're with your kids and maybe y'all didn't want to do an Easter egg hunt or something like that, and you want something interesting to do that's a little different.
Yeah, because we're going to leave them up, right?
Yeah.
So Sunday is no food trucks, no festival parts. It's just all the beautiful pieces are out
just
there.
Walk
so
around and see all
you get done with
maybe
church
after church,
just
head over and just walk and
create your own promenade.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you mentioned something about having influencers, models, and photographers come on Sunday for people that just want to have incredible backgrounds to create something special.
So styled shoots, like here's a styled shoot for you.
I'm bringing my dog.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Okay, what's your dog's name?
Ori, short for Oreo. He did give a tour of Pointe Marie the other day of their grounds. Since y'all are doing so much out there at Pointe Marie.
Yes,
so the Flower Fest, but then I got the 3rd Street Songwriters Festival, which a lot of people weren't sure, where is Pointe Marie? And it's on River Road. It's just a fantastic outdoor space, and
beautiful
I had him give a tour of it.
I love it.
So I'm going to take his picture from all the beautiful flowers. Sculptures,
yes, or maybe Ori wants to buy a ticket for the St. Jude Dream Home.
Right, he could win.
St. Jude
another
Dream
way,
Home there.
Another way to support
that would
St.
be
Jude.
a really great doghouse for him, wouldn't it? I could probably move in with him.
Yeah,
right. There's no square footage requirement, so you could build a doghouse on a lot.
Now you can have 250 people. You should wear a mask, a floral mask.
Yes.
You should be socially distanced, but you went from 150 to now 250. But because you have such a big space, you could have people at 12 coming in. There's another
that's how we did the tickets.
People at 2 p.m. that can come in. So you've done this in a way that flows, but you could potentially have 500 people.
Oh, easy. It's acres and acres of space.
Yeah. And these are $15 to come in, $25, depending on what you want to do. Extremely affordable for anyone, and great photo ops, and to support St. Jude like so many other businesses and people are doing. Like, we need to support St. Jude.
I know, and what a great way on Easter. On Easter
like weekend. For us to all come back when literally like this time last year we were all sitting in our homes going like, what is going on? And I know I was one that, like, looking at the future and being in a creative agency, I was like, I always thought I'd have work because I market other people's businesses. Who knew they would not be around? So having this come full circle and have this like breath of fresh air and light and beauty, I still can't believe it's happening. I'm waiting for someone to like wake me up.
That was the first major holiday after Mardi Gras that was canceled. I mean, it was basically canceled. People couldn't go to church. People couldn't get out. And now this is the perfect way to say welcome back.
Right.
Welcome back. And not fully, but in a way that should be celebrated, honestly.
Well, and it's outdoors.
It's so easy. Yes, and come with your families. And so the gala, you may or may not want to bring your kids to that. I probably will not be bringing mine, but I want them to see this. So I'm going to bring them at another time. This is not just for adults. This is a beautiful time for your kids and your whole family to enjoy time together over Easter weekend. So don't exclude them.
And so
you can sponsor, though. You can be a sponsor. You can buy a table.
Yes.
Please help sponsor us.
And we're almost out of time, so let's tell folks, if you're going, I want to be there, I want to do that, the best place to go to get your tickets now.
Yeah, go to theflowerfest.com.
Yes, that's right.
Go on Instagram at
theflowerfestla.
Y'all, let's really support this. Let's have a huge showing. Let's really blow this out for St. Jude, and no better time. And thank you so much, Katie Guitro and Amy Dighton. Thank you so much for all the love. And we're going to bloom where we're planted, right there at the Flower Fest.
And coming up next, thinking of my sage, some Sage Money Radio. What do you do with your money these days?
That's right. We'll be right back.
Since the early 1800s, the Selassie family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Selassie has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Selassie's, you make all the right choices. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.
Rocket Right Radio with Hurricane Betsy Barnes and Dr. K. Solar is grateful for the sponsoring businesses who make our show possible. Partners One, Better Barter for Baton Rouge. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts. Advantage Health Solutions and Dr. Boyd Michael Helm. Mary Bird Perkins, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center. Hightower Dental Concepts and Dr. Leah Larson. Citigroup Hospitality. Laura Sue Events and Marketing. Southern Airs Auctions and Tony Acord. Louisiana Women in Business Magazine. LouisianaTravel.com, LouisianaIsATrip.com, take one, and Dr. Danielle Causey with Causey Aesthetic Medicine. Thank you for making our show possible.
I was diagnosed October 19th. I immediately started with a multitude of scans, and then I was having an 8-hour surgery. My biggest concern was my family and being able to see me come home every day and know everything is going to be okay. I felt comfortable that I was being treated by some of the best. There were some scary points along the way, but it's just kind of like been a little blip in the road.
Money, wellness, fun. Rocket Right Radio takes you all across Louisiana and the nation with guests who live life to the fullest.
I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
I'm Dr. Kay Solar.
You're gonna love it.
Join us every week when we cover
Everything under the sun.
Live and learn with the Wright sisters.
Politics.
health,
Music and entertainment.
local Lagnet.
Rocket Right Radio. You're gonna love it.
Remember that Whitetail Properties is not your average resale real estate company. Land specialist and MSU alum Jeff Taylor's sole purpose is uniting buyers and sellers of recreational land. And if you're interested in timberland hunting, farm, or ranch land, visit Jeff or give him a call. He invites you to learn more how he can help. 601-248-9433. The number to call. You can visit the website, whitetailproperties.com.
You're invited to the first annual Flower Fest benefiting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Immerse yourself into this year's Louisiana Promenade theme as Point Marie Square is transformed into a floral haven, followed by a floral-inspired Louisiana Promenade Gala. Festival and gala tickets are on sale now at theflowerfest.com. Follow us on social media at theflowerfestLA.
Hey y'all, I'm Amanda Shaw. We all know Louisiana is as fun as all get out. So get out, take a road trip, and explore everything Louisiana has to offer. Fill her up and try a new restaurant that's as fun-loving as it is food-loving. Grab family and take off for monumental adventures at our 21 state parks. Or take a magical minivan tour along our 19 scenic trails and byways and rediscover the character and characters that make our state a lot like nowhere else. Louisiana is a trip. Take one today and enjoy a close-by, far from ordinary adventure that's sure to feed your soul.
This is Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. Plan your road trip at LouisianaIsATrip.com.
Back with the Rocket Right Show. I'm Dr. Kay Solar in the house with Hurricane Betsy Barnes, and our medical segment is brought to you each week by Mary Bird Perkins, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center. And when we're talking about being healthy, it's not just your physical health, but your financial health and a whole lot more. And thank you so much for joining us today, Hollis Day Jr. with Sage Money Radio.
Yes, thanks for having me.
I'm so glad that you could be here with us because I know that a lot of people are going, with the state of the economy, with everything that's going on,
right.
Where do I put my money these days? What you say? Tell us the scoop.
Well, that answer is going to be on depending on who you ask.
For sure.
For sure. So, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me. Kind of like Dr. McMorris said the first segment, I told him when he walked out I was going to use something that he said that, he wants to be a compliment to to someone's primary care doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically what I am, just a complement. There's so many places for people to put their money to go to work than what the traditional strip mall broker has for them. Just mutual funds, bonds, stocks. There's other places, and a lot of people don't know about them unless you're in the private equity market.
Mm-hmm. And so, do you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah.
And let's talk a little bit about, because you've been doing this for a long time. Let's rein it back in a little bit. You have Sage Money Radio, and you've been doing that for quite some time.
Yeah.
Tell folks about that.
Yeah. So I'm on WJBO AM 1150, and then 98.7 FM every Saturday morning from 11 to 12. I've been on the radio almost 10 years, and I just talk about alternative places to put your money.
And folks can listen to your show as a podcast.
Yes, they can.
And pull it up anytime.
And go to sagemoneyradio.com, and I have it up there where they can listen to it anytime. So, because I know people driving Saturday mornings from 11 to 12, they hear a little part of the show, and I'll get emails or phone calls, hey, I want to hear the rest of the show. And so they can go to the website and listen to the rest of the show. I've been doing that almost 10 years, and, I constantly meet with people. And usually the first question I ask is, do you think taxes are going to be higher or lower in the future? I bet you I've asked that question to over 300 people.
Mm-hmm.
And not a single person has ever answered, I think they're going to be lower.
Yeah, because it doesn't seem like it's going to happen.
Yeah, best case scenario, they're going to be the same.
Right.
Even though we did get a little bump, we kept a little bit more money in our pocket with the Trump tax cuts. But when you look at the nation's debt, there's no other, they have to go up.
Mm-hmm.
But most people, when they say, well, Hollis, I think they're going to be higher, they're doing the opposite of with their money. I mean, if you look at the history of the U.S. tax code from when it was implemented in 1916, we have some of the lowest tax brackets right now ever in our nation's history. So if people really think that it's going to be higher in the future, then why are you deferring that tax right now?
Mm-hmm. And by deferring that tax right now, what do you mean? They should be saving in tax-deferred annuities? They should be saving in some other vehicle? What do you encourage them to do that they're not doing? Because a lot of people right now have kind of run through their savings. With everything that's happened with COVID and hurricanes and everything else, I think we're at a very, very tenuous time where people are about to lose their home or about to lose maybe their retirement and things like that. So what are some of the things that people can do where they're feeling like, I'm going to be okay, we're going to be okay, because I think they're scared, and it's hard to know what's going to happen with taxes, you know?
Right, especially right now, what's going on. We don't know what the current administration is going to do as far as taxes. We're rubbing the crystal ball, and we're thinking they're going to do away with some of the Trump tax cuts. But yeah, so I'm a big fan of oil and gas. And there's some.
Me too.
There's absolutely. I say on the radio show.
We're from Louisiana. We believe in oil and gas.
I say on the radio show all the time that oil and gas is the backbone to this state, to this parish, to this city.
Yep.
And and it's crazy. The people that bash fossil fuels, they say that as they're flying around their private jet. They think that the jet fuel, is run on whatever they think it is. But it's absolutely amazing tax benefits for investing in oil and gas that very few people know about. So I'll meet someone and show them, and actually just literally read the tax code to what it says and what you can deduct, and people are like, wait.
What can you deduct just a couple of examples of what you can deduct if you invest in oil and gas?
Yeah, so this is what I really like talking about. The tax code section 263, 469C3, and all that basically talks about is intangible drilling cost. So the law actually reads that you can deduct up to 85% of what you put in, of your contribution. But with the Trump tax cuts, he made it in the tax cuts where you can accelerate that last 15% in the first year. So really for the last 3 years, if someone put in $50,000 or whatever they put in, they got that much on a deduction, bottom line deduction off their adjustable gross income.
Well, hey.
So we don't know if the current administration is going to undo that, because the president was campaigning saying the very first thing he was going to do was to undo the Trump tax cuts, but we're still waiting to kind of hear how it's going to come down. So the Trump tax cuts were set to expire in 2022 anyway. So we're hoping that he just lets it be this last year, because there's not many places where you can go put money as an investment and write it off the amount you put in. I mean, it's
right. I think people are really scared right now. They're like, if I do have some money, where do I invest it? I mean, I'm afraid of what's going on. Putting it in stocks, and should I put it in land? I mean, what are my options that's going to keep it?
And then if it goes up, how can I get it out without paying a big capital gains?
Yeah, well, that's another issue I think that's gonna smack us in the face here. The capital gains tax is probably gonna increase. But yeah, so you mentioned the word annuities earlier. I'm not a big fan of it. People like annuities. They're attracted to annuities because of the safety. And I understand that, but I like to be liquid.
But you can't get your money out.
That's right. I like to be liquid. So, in case a life event happens, I mean, think about this, the 401k. Imagine getting slapped on the wrist. I mean, let's just say you have a major event in your life,
like a pandemic.
Yes. Now, and they did that where you could access up to $100,000 of your money and get out of the 10% penalty, but you still have to pay taxes, obviously, because the money's pre-tax. But and depending on where your money is, what people don't realize is Social Security. That is money that you put in that's after-tax dollars, kind of like a Roth IRA. Well, the government considers anyone who is wealthy that makes $44,000 or more. So if you're listening and you make $44,000 or more,
they didn't
and you're
know
filing
they
your taxes
were
jointly,
wealthy.
you're wealthy because the government. That's when they double tax Social Security. And so a lot of people don't even realize that Social Security is taxed. Social Security is not an entitlement program. I think, and that was a big part of my book is, my parents were forced to put in Social Security their entire life, just like me, all of us, right? We're forced. We have no choice. Well, my mother died of ovarian cancer at 54 years old. My dad died of a pulmonary embolism at 64 years old, about 18 months later. Neither one of my parents ever got a penny of their Medicare they put in or Social Security. Where's the money at? Where'd it go? I mean, it's absolute borderline theft. And I just think the government, every time we put in Social Security, I think of that poster Uncle Sam pointing the picture, pointing his finger when he was recruiting for the military, saying, hey, Hollis, you're too stupid to manage your own money, so we're going to take it from you. If you live long enough, we're going to give it back to you in little increments every month. And so there's ways to avoid the double taxation on Social Security. It all depends on where your money is.
That's a powerful statement, because I do think people are smart enough to manage their own affairs and their own money. They just need the right information.
Yeah, I think.
And understanding the tax code is so overwhelming. Right. I would have never found the tax code you were talking about.
Yeah, the tax code.
I'm overwhelmed by it.
And we'll show the book, Optimizing the Tax Code. So tell us about, this book.
I've got to read this book.
Because we don't have enough time to talk about everything that's in that book. So just give us a little synopsis so people will go, heck yeah, I need to read that.
Yeah, so people like having to make choices themselves, right? We don't like anybody, especially the government, telling us what we can and what we can't do. And so the current tax code is over 86,000 pages if you stack it up high. Well, there's no way. It's kind of like
who's going to even read that?
Well, it's kind of like those bills
and understand it.
The bills they passed in Washington D.C. They don't. There's no way they read all those bills before they pass it. There's just no way they do all that. And so I have a couple places in there that I like to talk about the tax code on where you can optimize your money the most. Just for instance, there's something called cost segregation if you're into real estate. Well, the benefits me none by except just educating people about cost segregation. And the guy who actually, I would say, invented cost segregation is here in Baton Rouge. He's here in Baton Rouge.
We're going to have him on the show. Y'all are going to have to come in.
Cost segregation for commercial real estate is absolutely amazing. And most commercial real estate investors know about it. But if more people knew about it, they would probably get into commercial real estate, as a small investor, eventually, increasing their amounts.
That guy was racing to go invest his money in some commercial real estate.
Yeah, so, getting back to what you said on the annuities, I'm not a big fan of annuities, but I have something called the flex method, which is kind of like an annuity alternative. You're putting your money in where the same company's annuities are, but it doesn't lock your money up for so long if people can qualify for it. So, it's just about education and information. Information's power.
But boy, there's a whole bunch of money shysters out there that are happy to hold on to it for you. So it's important to go with somebody that actually has some good advice. So if people want to read their book, where can they find your book, and how can they talk to you if they want to talk to you?
So they can go to Amazon.com is the best place to get the book. You can download it on the Kindle or get it shipped to you within 2 days on Amazon Prime. And then the website, you can go to sagemoneyradio.com and email me from there and listen to me on Saturday mornings from 11 to 12.
Or check out the podcast anytime on your free time.
That's right.
Yeah, and I like to
keep you can look at the different topics, because I did that. You can look at the different topics and pick which one that you feel like you want to learn more about, or
Yeah, and this is the deal. You got to eat your home cooking. And so I'm not out there talking about stocks, bonds, mutual funds, all that stuff. Nothing against that stuff. I know people, push that, but I'm not in that. Basically I deal with 3 strategies, and I have my money in all 3. And so I firmly believe in that. And
you put your money where your mouth is.
Exactly. I'm not going to drive a Ford and tell you how great a Chevy is. I'm going to tell you how great a Ford is if I drive a Ford.
Yeah. Well, there's some integrity in that. So we're really glad that you came to be on the show. And
thanks for inviting me.
I really think there's a lot of women, a lot of moms that need to be better educated about money, especially with the shifting sands of what's going on in our economy.
And the great thing, this is not a big, thick read.
That's correct.
Really compact with information. So
I think that's great. Well, thank you so much, Hollis Day Jr., Sage Money Radio. You need to read Optimizing Your Tax Code, and we're thankful that you could come, and we look forward to having you back again.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
That's right. Hang with us. We'll be right back.
And up next,
that's right.
What are we going to be doing? We're going to be talking about a new brewery in town, and boy, is it a fantastic spot. Istrouma Brewery. We're going to show you some pictures, talk with the owner, so y'all stay put. You're going to want to know about this secret gem.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ron McMorris of Elite Chiropractic in Livingston Parish, conveniently located off the I-12 corridor in Walker and Albany. If you suffer from sciatica, migraines, or other pain conditions, give us a call to see if we have a technique that best fits you. We have multiple techniques, including chiropractic adjustments, massage therapy, dry needling, rehab, and much more. Again, I'm Dr. Ron McMorris with Elite Chiropractic in Livingston Parish, Walker, and Albany.
Some call it joie de vivre, the joy of life. In Louisiana, it's our way of life. From music that shakes up your senses to food that wakes up your palate. That joy vibrates in every note we play and spices up every meal we serve. So come live life to the fullest. Come one, come y'all, come feed your soul in Louisiana. I'm Sean Ardway, inviting you to plan your trip at louisianatravel.com.
Remember that Whitetail Properties is not your average resale real estate company. Land specialist and MSU alum Jeff Taylor's sole purpose is uniting buyers and sellers of recreational land. And if you're interested in timberland hunting, farm, or ranch land, visit Jeff or give him a call. He invites you to learn more how he can help. 601-248-9433. The number to call. You can visit the website, whitetailproperties.com.
Slimshot is the most in-demand injection in medical weight loss, and we are pleased to offer it at Causey Med Aesthetic. This safe and effective injection helps boost your metabolism, supports increased energy, burns body fat, and reduces appetite. These shots can be taken safely once a week or as needed when your weight loss is at a standstill. Slimshot combined with touchless lipo treatments produce a powerful 1-2 punch for targeting that stubborn body fat.
Rocket Right Radio with Hurricane Betsy Barnes and Dr. K. Solar is grateful for the sponsoring businesses who make our show possible. Partners One, Better Barter for Baton Rouge. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts. Advantage Health Solutions and Dr. Boyd Michael Helm. Mary Bird Perkins, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center. Hightower Dental Concepts and Dr. Leah Larson. Citigroup Hospitality. Laura Sue Events and Marketing. Southern Airs Auctions and Tony Acord. Louisiana Women in Business Magazine. LouisianaTravel.com. LouisianaIsATrip.com. Take one. And Dr. Danielle Causey with Causey Aesthetic Medicine. Thank you for making our show possible.
Where else can you take the trail less traveled at a pace all your own? Where else? Escape to one of Louisiana's 21 state parks for a picture-perfect getaway.
Where else can you be a world away and this close to home?
I had a meeting with Dr. Barfield, and it kind of just hit me. It probably is cancer. After the surgery, I wasn't scared anymore. I was looking forward to getting started with chemo. Not one time did I get a nurse in a bad mood. I was here for 5 hours at a time, and I did not dread coming. To get people from around the country to come to Baton Rouge, that says a lot right there. That this place is cutting edge.
Rocket Right Show. I'm Dr. Kay Solar in the house with Hurricane Betsy Barnes. And you know, we love a good time. We talk about a good time. And we are so glad that John Haynes could join us today.
It is a privilege to be here.
With the new Istrouma Brewery, which is in St. Gabriel.
Yes,
so I want you to just start and tell folks, first of all, where is it?
It is in St. Gabriel, Louisiana, which is basically between Tiger Stadium and Gonzales, Louisiana, right there somewhere in between off of Bayou Paul Road.
Absolutely.
In Iberville Parish.
Yes. And so when you drive there, it's like going to a little country farm. This is a big country farm. I'm just going to say it, right off of Nicholson? Right off of Nicholson.
Absolutely.
And it's just fantastic. You will see the big barrel that says Istrouma Brewery, so you can find your way there. How long have y'all, when did you open? How was your idea to come up with a concept to do all of this cool stuff?
Well, my wife and I and my two boys, we moved to St. Gabriel, I guess, almost a decade ago. And it was our dream to move to live on a gravel road. I wanted the boys to get out and run and know what it's like to drive up and down a driveway and hear the gravel and hear the animals and hear the wildlife. And it was just a dream of ours. And so we, 10 years ago, we pulled the trigger, and it was just such a blessing to be able to live on this farm. And it's a lot of work. You know, it started off
because it's a working farm.
Oh, my word. It started off as a hobby. And then, as you know, with a farm, it's like, maybe we should get a few chickens, and, maybe we need a horse, or maybe we need some sheep, and then pigs, and then goats, and then sheep, and it's like, okay.
We're going to need a cold beer. We might as well make some of that.
And then we need some longhorn cattle.
Yeah, add some longhorn, absolutely. That's the star of the show, no doubt, no doubt. So it's been a blessing. We've learned just, my wife and I think are both fourth generation cattle farmers. We've had many generations before us do cattle, and we do it on a much smaller scale. But we feel like it was something for us to be able to share what we do to live on a farm. People love coming to a farm, and so I always kid with my friends. It's like, look, you guys come enjoy the farm without having to take care of it. Let me take.
That's a great thing, and people do love that. Yeah. And how did you decide to put a brewery on the farm?
It's a great question. So my wife and I have kind of made a living for the most part as creatives. I'm a painter, and so she and we did art for a long time, and then we did film and television stuff, and then. But so this is kind of a mixture of all of it. We kind of brought in our film, our art, the cattle, is art in and of itself. But our favorite thing in the world is food. And so
that's our favorite thing too.
We will drive that
food and drink.
I used to say it's a hobby, but now it's making a living now. So we're enjoying. So we would drive for days or hours to get the next meal. My kids are the same way. We love just talking about food and exploring food and taking adventures in food. To me, that really is probably one of our most favorite things in the world. We're at one dinner talking about tomorrow's dinner, right? And I guess that's kind of Louisiana culture.
Yes.
But for us, it was something. So when we decided, I'm always looking at interesting things. What can we do on this farm to make it interesting, make it a viable working farm? And I was a home brewer many moons ago, so we combined the love of food, what us as a family we love to do, and the farm, and brought in our other creative components and said, the brewery with a restaurant is what we wanted.
Well, I want folks to see, we've got some pictures of Istrouma Brewery. This is of some of those beautiful longhorns out in the field, and some of your artwork, I would say. Is that right?
You've taken a lot of things and created a lot
now,
of
that is one of my photographs. So, and the different types of brew that you offer out there. Very unique.
We do sour stouts, your typical, but we also do fresh lemonade, tea. We do our own sodas. So we kind of do
a great picture of the brewery there.
Love that.
Yeah.
That's my little girl, our 1952 Ford. She's the mascot of the place.
I love it. I love it. And some of the cans that they show the Longhorns?
Those are the Longhorns, and they have them in a line, so they're actually practicing social distancing. So we're doing it responsibly out there.
I got that. So, and here's a close-up.
That's some very
They're
long
definitely
horns.
beautiful. That was one of the things that really got my attention when we came up. The menu. Let's talk about the menu. Is really, really cool because I really wanted that fig pizza when I came out there the other night. Very eclectic, and if you like trying different things, I think the tacos and the pizza have some very unique blends that you have.
Well, thank you.
What's your favorite?
My favorite? Ooh, goodness gracious. It depends on the night. If I'm feeling a little bit, just give me the meat lover, the boucherie that we have. But if I'm feeling a little bit, adventurous, I'll go into the mushrooms that we get from St. Francisville, from Maggie's Farm. Or if I'm feeling, the Farmerita with a lot of extra cheese and fresh tomatoes, but we try to do it farm inspired. The tacos as well as the pizzas, we make our own doughs, we make our own sauces, we make some of our cheese, we make.
Well, that was my dog Ori.
Okay.
In your massive chess set. That was on. They go, what is that? There's a dog in a huge chessboard.
She almost matches.
I know. I think he wanted to be one of the pieces. I think he jumped one of them.
That's awesome.
But you have a lot of great outdoor space
for kids and
for families, for the dogs. So everybody just kind of hang out, and you had some live music going on. It's I think just going to be a really hot spot in Louisiana.
Well, thank you. We are huge family forward. My wife and I, it's our favorite thing in the world is hanging out with our kiddos, and so we wanted a place that it was a family atmosphere first, which is why the food, it's a brewery, but it's also focused on food and family, and so for us,
I love it. And so if folks want to know more about it, it's sugarfarmsla.com, and they can get all the information. But we've only got a minute left, and we really want to thank you for joining us.
Oh my goodness, this is a blessing.
John.
Thank y'all for letting me.
And we're going to bring some pizza.
We want you to come back.
Next time.
We want you to come back.
Celebrate.
I'm going to be prepared next time. I was unprepared.
You were prepared. You were
I'll
great.
apologize to you ladies as well as the audience. I did not come prepared, but I will next time.
That's okay.
Well, you know what? Folks are going to want to go out there and try it. So we have less than a minute. We got to mention a couple of events.
We do want to mention the 31st annual Attic Trash and Treasure Sale. In 31 years, they've raised over $3 million for causes that matter to children and families. It's going to be held this weekend, and that is going to be starting on March 5th from 9 a.m. until March 7th at 3 p.m. on the corner of Millerville Road and Old Hammond Highway. You would not believe how inexpensive things are, beautiful things, amazing things, and a huge variety. So we want you to support all the causes for the greater Baton Rouge area in 9 parishes for causes that really matter. That's the 31st annual Attic Trash and Treasure Sale, Millerville and Old Hammond. And so 3rd Street Songwriters Festival coming up March 20th at Point Marie.
Yep, 3rd Street SongwritersFestival.com. It's going to be at Point Marie. Great outdoor thing. Our folks with City Pork are doing a Couchon delay.
And just remember, if you rock it, make sure you rock it right. We'll see you soon. Are you a business owner that could use just one more customer? Those empty tables, vacant appointments, idle employees, and expired merchandise are missed opportunities. What if there were a community that connects you to high-value and motivated customers, giving you a competitive edge in the marketplace and increasing your revenue? Introducing Partners One. You keep doing what you do best, taking care of your customers, and we'll do what we do best, sending you new customers to take care of. Call us today to find out how Partners One can work for your business.